Hello, everybody. My name is Wendy Fore from Cash Life Mastery, and you're joining us today for Breaking Barriers in Business. And today's episode, we are talking about how to create passion around your network marketing company. And joining me today is my co-host, Kirkpatrick. Chris, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and we'll get started with the subject.
Hey guys, so yeah, my name is Kirkpatrick. I'm a financial and network marketing coach, trainer. I'm a top distributor with a network marketing company myself, and you know what? My passion is for the network marketing industry. I've got a financial company. I've got a couple other things that I do, but my major passion is for the network marketing industry because of what it allows people to do in their lives. And you know, in my financial coaching, what I find the most common is people simply just don't have enough money. And, you know, like no matter where people are coming from, network marketing is a great thing because it allows people to get that money. And really, quite frankly, it just helps people become better versions of themselves. So, you know what, that's what kind of gives me passion, you know, about the industry in general. There are a lot of great companies out there, right, Wendy? I mean, so like it's, when it
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many companies to choose from. You just have to, you know, choose something that you can relate to, something that you're proud to represent.
Yep.
You know, something that you know your product works and gives good service.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of things that you have to consider when you're joining a company. I never tell anyone, never join a company if it's only about making money, because you won't be happy.
Yeah, no, that's true because so here's what I can say. Like for me, from my experience, you know, and I can only speak to my experience and the people that I've coached, but I think it's kind of a universal path, you know, that people go down. I was excited initially about the network marketing industry because of the fact that, you know what, I'd had a lot of success in business. But the challenge is I lost a lot of my freedom with that success, you know? So you either find people typically on two ends of the spectrum, for the extremes at least, are they either have a lot of money and no free time, or they have, you know, a lot of free time and very little money. And, you know, and obviously there are variances in that equation. But, you know, the cool part is why network marketing is so appealing to so many people is like whether you're like I was, where you're in this one kind of side of the pendulum where you got money and you're successful and you have the business, yet you have no free time and you're giving up your free time for that success, and you don't get to see your family, you don't have a great relation, or maybe your relationship is fine, my relationship was fine, but I didn't get to see my wife and kids enough, you know? So that to me is everything, you know? Or if you're on the other side of the pendulum and you're not, you know, you just, maybe you've got a lot of free time, but you don't have enough money to pay the bills, and you're worried about how you're going to buy food next month and pay the car payment and the mortgage or the rent and all that stuff. So
and to add to that a little bit, there's also a booming customer base of people that you know, maybe they're doing okay financially right now, but they know that they're approaching retirement.
Oh, big time. That's a big one.
That's a huge one, you know, because typically nowadays there are no such thing as a pension plan anymore, and if you're getting one, it's really small, and you know that, you know, your bills are only going to go up. So that is a huge market right now, is you know, people approaching retirement that need to be able to work into the future, but they can't work a physical type job. And that's one thing that I love about network marketing, is I can do this from home. I can do this sitting in my chair. You know, I don't have to lift anything heavy to do it. And, you know, I can make an income right here on my laptop or my desktop.
And that's awesome. I mean, that's a big one, Wendy. Thanks for bringing that up, because you know what? The reality is 95% of people in this country are not prepared for retirement. And in fact, of people 55 and older, 92% of them are in a position where they're not going to be able to maintain their standard of living when they retire. Like, think about that on a guaranteed basis. 92% of Americans 55 and older right now are not going to be able to maintain their standard of living when they retire.
And that is absolutely terrifying to me.
That's a travesty. Think about what that does to the country. You know, what just everything that goes with it. Oh, my light died. My little light died. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna be a little darker, guys. Sorry. You know, so yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. So yeah, that's a big point. to consider when you're looking for people. Just understand people are attracted for different things. But here's what I'll say. If you're somebody, like, when it comes to passion, so often I see people and I talk to people who want to be so technical about their product and this, that, whatever. They want to know all the scientific results and the studies and the tests and the medical studies or whatever, depending on what your product is. And they want to know the ins, outs, everything. It's like they want to be able to say, you know what, I pretty much invented this product. I know so much about it. And the reality is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, once they find out how much you care, you better know something. And so I'm not saying I'm saying don't be a fool, don't be an idiot about your product. You got to know some basic stuff, but that's not everything. What really matters is your excitement, your passion, your belief in what you're doing, your belief in what you're doing with the product, with the business, with all that stuff. And so when it comes to passion, how do you build your passion in your product, and why is it so important? I think it's the most important thing out of everything that you can do when it comes to your network marketing opportunity or your business in general.
Because honestly, if you don't have passion about what your product and service is, it's going to show through to your customers when you're talking to them. Even if you're just typing on social media, people can pick up on word clues, but if you are passionate and you're like, wow, this is like doing all this great stuff for me, I'm feeling better. If you're selling a health product, I'm feeling better, I'm doing better. If you're selling a digital product, oh, I learned so much. I gained so much knowledge and I took my business to another level from this. Whatever it is that you're selling, you have to be able to relate what it did for you, and if it didn't do anything for you, that's what's going to come through.
Totally. No, absolutely. You're 100% right. And the reality is, people don't buy into companies. They don't even really buy products. They buy you. They buy you, your passion, your excitement. That's the contagious stuff when it comes to pretty much any product that you're selling, any service that you're selling. And when Wendy says that's what comes through, when your passion comes through like that, that builds belief in people, because that's authentic. I'm not saying fake it. I'm not saying go out and be a salesperson and be all hypey and this and that and whatever.
And the people that say fake it till you make it, I just want to pop them. Because that's wrong,
Yeah, no, totally.
You don't fake anything. You have to be honest and open about your business and where you are as a representative, how you're growing, because honestly, if you try to make out like you're some big shot and you're bringing in somebody who has never done that marketing, it's going to scare the crap out of them, because they think, well, who am I? I can't do this. They're all the way up here. What makes me think I can do this? So if you're actually a little bit lower on the totem pole and you're telling people, well, hey, I just got into this business, but I'm super excited because the product is doing XYZ for me. It's really helping me. And I'm actually making money doing XYZ for this company.
Yeah.
You show them that it is possible for the little guy to do it. So, be open and honest about where you are with your business. You can relate to your upline and the success that your upline has had, because they've gone before you. They've been in longer than you. So you always want to edify your upline, and, just make sure that people know that this is a doable thing. That the company is set up easy paths. Get excited about how easy it is for you to sell the product, because your company has done XYZ to make it easy for you. There's so many things that you can show passion about when you're talking about your company.
Oh, there's no doubt. And here's what I find builds passion. When we want to talk about, like, okay, if you're somebody who feels like, okay, I'm not sure that that's me, that's just not my personality, it's not whatever, what I'll challenge you on is, if you're not a passionate person, you don't need to be super passionate and like maybe as boisterous quite or whatever as I am, or as kind of just energetic. There's a difference between energy and passion, and don't go out and try to be fake and be all energetic like I am, or, like other people that you see on video is. I mean, you can already see me and we have a totally different presentation style. I'm a little more amped up. I mean, she's a little sick. But she's a little more chill and easygoing and like whatever. And that's good. Like, you know what? But don't misconstrue her chillness for her passion, right? Because people, you know, if Wendy gets on the phone with me and I know her and she tries to get all like, like I am, you know, I'm going to be like, dude, what is up with you? You know,
yeah,
like,
what are you taking?
on, I want some, you know, like, no, like, you know, I'm going to know that, okay, I'm going to be like, all right, what's up? Like, what's she trying to do to me? Like, is she, you know, get me into something here? You know, but like, I can tell when she's passionate about something, when she believes in it, you know, and I think passion comes from belief, because what you need to do when you have your passion, it turns your job into a mission, right? That's where I was going, the passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Mission and passion mixed together is passion. So yeah.
A new word every show, guys. I promise you this from Chris.
Just stick like W. Bush. You know, so here's like, seriously though, when you mix, yeah, you know, like what you're doing for work and you can put passion behind it, it turns your job into a mission, right? And it makes it so you're not out there selling things, right? Our last episode was on sorting, exposing and sorting. And if you're passionate about what you're doing, you're just jacked about sharing what you have with everybody. And I get a lot of time from people that, you know what, hey, I'm so scared. I don't want to talk to my friends and family. I don't want to whatever. If you don't want to talk to your friends and family about whatever you're doing the wrong thing. Because if you don't want to tell them, you should be doing something that you're so psyched about, that you think is so awesome and so important, that the first people you want to talk to, sorry if I'm yelling, I get excited about this stuff, the first people you talk to are your friends and family. Why? Because you love them. And why? Because your product, your service, you want to share it with them, because you know what? They're the people you care most about, and they're the ones you want to help the most. And if you don't have that mindset, go do something else.
Yeah, and you know, I do get this a lot though. I'm gonna flip that on you and see what you have to say about this.
Cool.
There's a lot of people that join network marketing companies, and they've approached their friends and family so many times, and of course that particular company didn't pan out for them. What do you say to those people? Because you know, now here they are with product number 4 or 5. And you want to talk to your family about it, and they're like hesitant now because they feel like they've overdone it.
Here's what I know. Everywhere you go, there you are. And if that's truly you, and if you've been in 4 opportunities or more, right, and you've already gone to your friends and family and you've done that whole spiel, and you know, I don't feel like they're going to do it with me again kind of thing, they're probably not, you know, if you're still the same person. You know, if you are where you were when you did those other things, and if you sold them, you know, chances are if you were that person, you sold them into the opportunity, you did this, you did that, you did that. It all comes back to just exposing to them. Listen, just because, like what you just said to me, Wendy, what, you know, for somebody that's going through that experience, that you just basically said, hey, this is about me, it's not about them. Right? Because listen, nobody joins a network marketing opportunity for you. They join it for themselves. Right? Yeah. And so Wendy, like, let's say that were you and you were pitching me like that, and I'm your brother, and you've pitched me 5 times on other business opportunities, and I've gotten in a couple of them, and now I'm just tired of you and, you know, bugging me with this stuff. If you don't tell me about this, right? So you're worried that you approached me 5 times already, and I'm just gonna laugh in your face and say like, oh my God, you're in another one of those things? Are you kidding me? Why don't you get a life? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Right? That's what you're worried about.
Exactly.
So, my response to that is like, if you really have found something that you are super passionate, Wendy, about, then you still have the obligation to share it. Right?
And that's what I tell people, and they're like, how can I go to them again?
Well, it's positioning and posture though. And here's what I would say. If that were me, I would go to you and you were my sister and that were me, I would go to you like this and I would say, hey, listen, sis, seriously, friend, whatever. I know, like, you're going to laugh at me. I've done this a bunch of times before, but let me tell you, I've been making some changes in my life. That I've been doing some things, and I know I may have said this to you before, things are different. This may or may not be right for you. Give them the opportunity. Like, this may or may not be right for you. I'm not going to try to convince you into anything, but you know what? I love you. I care about you. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I'm super excited about it. And I just felt obligated to tell you about it. Like, I have no expectations of you whatsoever joining. I know that we've gone down this road once or twice before and it didn't work. You know what? But the reality is, the way I see it, is I don't look at those as failures. I look at them as learning experiences. And I look at every experience that I've had has brought me to this point in my life. And you know what? I just want to share it with you and like, take a look at it. If it's right for you, which I think you'll like it, we'll go, we could team up, we could do some cool stuff. If it's not right for you, that's totally cool. I'm doing this anyway, though. I'm all in. That, like, I mean, it's really, but you see what I'm saying? You just got to be real.
Yeah, it's like you're doing, especially if you have something that you believe in, you're passionate about, you believe your company and your product is wonderful. How bad would it be if you were not telling your family about it? You start making money and you're watching them still struggle. I
Totally.
think about it that way, and that's how I talk to my clients about it. Because this question right here, this exact question comes up almost every conversation. If somebody's been in at least a few and now they're in something new.
Well, Wendy,
they're just too afraid to go back and to have that conversation again.
Let me give you an example of something. It has nothing to do with network marketing, but it's a personal story of mine that gives me this passion, that really makes me realize and check in with what I do, why I do it, how I do it, who I approach, and getting over my own BS, right? Because if you're not approaching somebody because you're worried that they're going to judge you for this being whatever, blah, blah, your fifth business or whatever, it's all your ego. And this business is not about your ego. This business is about you serving people, right? And you can't go out and serve people if you don't tell them. And here's what I'm talking about. When I first started in the financial industry, I had a buddy. And that buddy, he was like a little brother to me. He still is like a little brother to me. And I wanted to sell him life insurance, right? I believed he needed life insurance. He didn't want life insurance. I believed he needed it. He didn't want it. And our life insurance had these cool little riders on them where if you became critically, chronically, or terminally ill, you could have access to 90% of the death benefit while you were alive, right? And so if you get diagnosed with cancer or chronic illness or something like that, you get access to the death benefit. Well, guess what? He was 28 years old. He talked me out of it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He was probably actually 26 at the time. And he was just like, no, I don't think so. And, I didn't push it. And then a year later, I wanted to go back to him and I knew it was the right time and whatever. But I was like, you know what? I already bugged him about this, so I'm not going to bug him again. And I didn't bug him again. And then the next year he was diagnosed with cancer. And it's pretty bad. And he's still going through it. And to watch him struggle financially because he doesn't have access to the money that I could have had for him. And you know what? You know how hard it is to sit with that every day?
Yeah, I'm sure that is tough.
When somebody close to you, you could have helped. And, like that sucks, guys. That sucks. And all I can tell you is I'll never make that mistake again, ever. You gotta believe in what you're doing. If you don't, you're doing the wrong thing. That's why, like, for me right now, I aligned with a product, and this is no pitch, but, this is just to kind of give the example of what's important. You got to be aligned with something that's bigger than you. You got to align with something that you can make into a mission. And for me, how I feel about, my financial stuff and what I did, I feel about the product that we have right now. I truly believe that every single person in the world should be on it. And because of the health benefits that it does for everybody and the natural benefits of it, I know that if I don't expose and give people the option to, and then if something were to happen to them, right, and I didn't expose them and I could have helped them, I take that personally. I own that. You know what I mean? And
exactly. And I
that's
feel
what,
the exact same way. You know, the product that we have right now is so amazing that you absolutely feel like you're compelled to talk to your family, especially. And one thing that I want to caution people about is before you join a company, do a little bit of research, you know, find out about the company, find out about the product, find out about, you know, how they do business, because that's going to prevent you from making the mistake. You know, get
totally.
their free offer, you know, that they offer. You know, give it a try. Talk to people who maybe are already representatives with the company. Do a little bit of due diligence before you join, mainly because you don't want to keep having this trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, because what it's doing is it's holding you back in business. If you get with the right company, you know, I mean, just like Chris and I have joined, I just can't even explain it. It's like the clouds just move from the sky. Ooh, you know, you just align, and you know it's the perfect fit, the perfect people.
Well,
The company's doing everything that you know expect and would want, and even above and beyond. And when you get that feeling, you can't help but show people how passionate you are about it.
well, you know, and so I mean, I think time's getting going here too, and I know we could talk about this all day long because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. But I'm gonna list a couple reasons passion is so important. And you know, here's the expression I use whenever I'm coaching people on my team, and they start kind of getting technical and this and that, and here's why this, that, whatever. You know, there's all these struggles that people have. I say, okay, shut up, shut up. I mean, you know, what up? Seriously, like, just stop, get out of your head, get into your heart, stop thinking, start serving, go out, try to help people. Because here's the deal. If your passion drives you in so many ways, passion makes it so you're not selling to people, you're serving people. Passion makes it so, you know what? When you're passionate about something, there's a why bigger than your opportunity, your product, like everything is bigger than you. So there's more obligation to that. So that pulls you along. We can only be so self-determined. We can only be so motivated, you know, without breaking down. And when we're passionate about us, our battery's bigger. We got more energy. It's more fun. It doesn't even feel like work. We just charge ahead. Why? Because we feel obligated to. It's not work. Like it's just fun. You know, so passion is good for that. And passion, guys, passion is like a magnet. People, when they see passion from you and they know you believe in what they do, they go like, listen, hey, I don't understand everything you just said, but damn, I'm in. Because like, if you're that jacked about this, if you believe in it that much, like I'm in. Like, you know, hey, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Like, they're like, okay, dude, like, sure, like, you talk fast and I'm in, like, sure. Like, they don't need to understand. Like, they just need to know that you believe, because people buy belief. They don't have enough time to think about doing all the research all the time. You could send them article after article, white paper after white paper, video after video about how awesome your opportunity and product are. If you're not jacked about that and they don't sense that, they're probably not even going to open the email or click on the video.
That's very true. That's very true. But you know, like I said, going back to doing a little bit of research, what I do find people sometimes they do it money motivated, and that's where I say you need to really do the research to make sure that you can be passionate. Don't let money be your reason for joining a business. Make sure that it's something that you align with, you're passionate about, and that you can relay that to your family, friends, and future customers, because otherwise, people, like Chris said, people just are not going to believe in you if you don't show that to them.
The truth. It's the truth. So, I mean, really, guys, that's what I got.
Yeah.
As far as this
Well,
topic goes, I mean, like, I could go further, but I don't. I know we're going to get into more stuff that I would go into on this topic during the rest of the month, and you know, I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. The reality is, be passionate. Like, stop thinking so much and start caring. You know, like, the more you think, the more it's about you. The more you're passionate, the more it's about serving, the more it's about helping others. So really just come at it from that perspective. And I'm not telling you your opportunity's bad or whatever. What I'm saying is, and because everybody's different, everybody's got different interests, and what makes you excited is probably different than what makes me excited. And maybe it's the same, maybe it's similar, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is whatever you're doing, you better resonate with it to the point that you're so excited about it. The first people you want to talk to are your family, because you know that if you didn't share it with them, that, you know what, you'd be pretty much like the black sheep of the family, because they'd be looking down at you being like, whoa, you could have helped and you didn't. You know what I mean? Like that's how you got to look at it. If you're not looking at it that way, then you're looking at it from a self-serving perspective, and shame on you.
Well, with that said, I guess we'll end the show today.
Is that too in your face? I'm sorry. I don't know.
So everybody, we will be bringing you Breaking Barriers in Business every day for the next 30 days with Chris as our co-host. So make sure that you're tuning in on Facebook Live, and also if you're on the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. If you're on Facebook, make sure you hit get notifications on the Cash Life Mastery channel. And we will be sharing out how to connect with Chris over on his channel also. So guys, make sure you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, leave comments and we will reply back, because we do check for comments and answer questions. Thank you, Chris, for joining today. And guys, we will see you on the next episode of Breaking Barriers in Business Mastermind. Talk to you later, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.